metabolic disorder, toxic exposure, carcinoma of the tongue, metastasized to the brain, epilepsy, MS.
Or it could be the flu, and we should all be back in the ER.
No, you're ignoring the big symptom. What if we're looking at both the flu and decent parenting?
Okay, you two are perfectly healthy. This guy wasn't pandering. He wasn't vanilla nice. He was nice without any aspiration, personal gain. I'm thinking genetic defect.
Niceness is a defect?
3 cavemen see a stranger running towards them with a spear. One fights, one flees, one smiles, and invites him over for fondue. That last guy didn't last long enough to procreate.
And how long has the patient been suffering?
At least as long as his wife has known him, 11 years.
The chances of him having an undiagnosed pathology for that long.
What are you saying? The evolution is wrong? What do you think we are? 21st century America?
He's saying that statistics are true, too. The world is a bell curve. Most of us fall within the standard deviation, but there are outliers. And if we believe in the existence of extreme jerkiness, which I suspect that we do, then we also have to accept the existence of the opposite extreme.
You want it to be a symptom because then we're supposed to be jerks, which means you don't even have to try to be nice.
Okay, maybe I'm biased. Let's take a vote. Who thinks that niceness is not a symptom? And who thinks that their vote counts? You two, check out his home for toxins. Taubman 31.
31.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that either way was good with you. Taubman 13. MRI for tumors and EEG for nerve damage. Test whatever comes out of him for everything else. Hello again. These people think you are not too nice.
Too nice? For what?
For life as we know it to have evolved without an intelligent designer, I'm going to prove them wrong. Your wife is very ugly.
Get out of here.
Deb? He's obviously trying to prove a point.
I think I just did. You're either perfect or you're sick. And in my experience, sick is much more common.
He's not sick. He's nice.
It's nice in the sense that your toaster is nice for making you breakfast. It's the only thing his wiring will let him do. He has Williams syndrome. Your husband is missing the genes that make him suspicious.
You're wrong. He's...
Relax. There's no cure. He's gonna go right on tasting lemon meringue pie, fainting, and being a sap.
What about the other symptoms?
Has no other symptoms.
But Williams does.
He's got the teeth, glasses.
Williams cuts IQ by 20.
He doesn't work in the physics department, except when they spill a black hole on their carpet.
Elfin appearance?
Yeah, he's more Legolas than Keebler. I bet you he can still crack off a batch of pecan sandies.
Perfect pitch.
You love to karaoke, right?
I suck.
Modest. Another symptom.
No, he really does suck.
Give us a warble. You know any Cher?
No, but I know bread. Baby, I'ma want you. Baby, I'ma need you. You're the only one I care enough to hurt about. Maybe I will.
What's the matter? He's stroking.
Not a moment too soon.
You were wrong.
Why do people say that with such pleasure? It's very hurtful, you know.
Means the patient gets to keep being nice. Why does that offend you?
It's the way he said it. He wasn't relieved. He was excited. He was also wrong. But I say that with no sense of pleasure.
Patient tested negative for Williams, which means the stroke and everything else wasn't caused by...
You have a friendly demeanor, but you sometimes get too involved. You relate well to your peers and patients, and you complete tasks in a timely manner. Please sign.
What the hell was that?
I have to give each of you performance reviews. Plenty of other conditions can cause debilitating niceness.
How is that supposed to help him?
I don't know. How is it supposed to help Wilson? Cross out Wilson's name and the date and then fill in your
The
own.
point of a review is to give feedback to help.
I'm thinking neurosyphilis. Wouldn't show up in the MRI without contrast.
I'll go run the tests. There was enough blood left over from his admission workup to run the VDRL.
You doubted your patient.
No, what I thought didn't matter. House said he wouldn't let us go on until we ruled out neurosyphilis.
It's not neurosyphilis, it's a PFO.
It's neurosyphilis. The tests were positive.
The test must be wrong.
I ran it twice.
Not that test. The one I took 10 years ago. What other explanation is there?
He really sees no other possibility.
Did you have an affair?
No.
Then why aren't you angry with him?
You ever know anybody who's just too nice?
No.
It's annoying. Then you realize it's annoying because they remind you of what you're not. That you'll never be as good as they are. And then you think, why can't I? And before you know it, that naive idiot you laughed at has made you a better person. You really think I've been in love all these years with a symptom?
If syphilis caused lesions in his brain and the lesions caused personality changes, you may notice a change in him as his condition improves.
I know my husband, he's not gonna change.
You should get yourself tested.
Patient's vomiting blood.
Hematemesis could indicate.
Don't put it on the board.
You don't think it's a symptom?
I think it's my marker. He has SIF. And what?
And SIF. It can cause hematemesis.
Not everyone agrees.
How could you?
Because if you all thought it was just SIF, you wouldn't have woken me up in the middle of the night.
If it was just SIF, he wouldn't be getting worse. He's already on penicillin.
The bleeding's probably from liver damage, probably caused by ethanol in the cleansers or the penicillin.
2 more probablys than I like to hear.
Liver tests and serologies are going to take a full day.
Full night, actually. Guy might not make it to brunch.
You bitch!
I just went to get us some lunch. You were asleep.
You moved my book.
Jeff, calm down. It's just the drugs.
Drugs didn't move my book.
Jeff. My husband's having a heart attack. Can somebody help me, please?
Patient tested positive for syphilis, right?
Is this some sort of recap?
But why did he test positive for syphilis?
Oh, I know this.
Either 1, he has syphilis,
I was going to say that.
or 2, the test was wrong twice, or 3, he gave us someone else's blood.
I gotta go on a killing spree.
Or 4, he has something that tests positive for syphilis.
It's not Chagas.
He worked in Costa Rica before he was married.
Is 2 a spree, or do I have to kill you too? Chagas wouldn't explain the niceness.
I've heard of remote tribes that actually practice acts of kindness. Or the Chagas caused encephalitis.
MRI showed no signs of it.
Until we started him on steroids, compromised the immune system, and let the infection flare up. I did another one. It's not much.
You figured this out because I don't have syphilis? Good news, bad news. Good news is, we know what you have. It's treatable. You're gonna live.
Really?
What's the bad news?
The cure is a grueling course of pills. It's like 1 a day for a month.
Now you're just trying to make me laugh.
Yeah, like that's a challenge.
You have Chagas disease. It's a parasite. It's been asymptomatic for 10 years.
Not quite. Your brain's been swollen. Not enough to see, but enough to alter your personality.
Now we're back to that.
He screamed at you. You don't think you can change?
That was because of the drugs.
So you think drugs are more powerful than parasites? I mean, the ones we're going to give you to treat the parasites obviously are, but I stand by the principle.
I'm not worried.
Neither am I.
Neither am I. That's because I don't care.